If we want to be really happy and we want to be truly free, it seems to me like sooner or later we've got to take a pretty deep dive into how we've been conditioned. If we've been conditioned and taught all our lives that we're helpless from a young age, that there's nothing we can do about our basic needs, there's nothing we can do about our lives, then we're always gonna be looking for help. And we may not really learn to rely on our own strength and our own power. If we've been conditioned that somehow we're better than everybody else, we're going to see life through that distorted lens. And we're always going to suffer from the limitations of that. If we've been taught that we're less than everyone else, we may spend our lives settling for scraps and trying to appease the people who it seems like are better than us, or trying to work our way up to one day where we could be like that as well. I may do a whole video about this at some point, but what I learned in my own experience, when I really started to have to look at why I had done what I did, what I encountered was this web of conditioning and beliefs and traumas that all kind of intertwined with each other and kept me in a very distorted and limited understanding of life. And the self-reflection that my foolishness required of me helped to expose some of that conditioning and get me to ask and really look at what's underneath that. What is the real truth of my existence and life, and what's underneath this really strict, really, the more you look, you see how heavy-handed this conditioning can be. And today I want to talk about it seems like one of the fundamental ways that we are conditioned as human beings is that somehow life needs to be different than exactly how it is right now. Life needs to be different for me. Life needs to be different for the world. Life needs to be more fair, more just, more happy, more free, whatever it is, that there's always something. It can play out materially. I need a bigger house. I need a better job. I need more money. I've got $2 million. I need 10 million. When I get 10 million, I need 50 million. It can play out materially. It can play out spiritually. People can be standing or sitting, meditating in a place like this and feel like, I want to get to this deeper place. I want to awaken. I want to be enlightened. I want to get to the real truth of what I am. But that's just another way of putting our happiness, our well-being, our contentment in the future. And that's part of what I was thinking about when I made part one of this opportunity of life video, is that it really, of course, the ways that we get hurt, the ways that cultural oppression works matter to us and have an impact on our lives. But in the most fundamental sense, it doesn't matter what's happening to us. It doesn't matter what the external conditions are, or it matters, but it does not change this immutable fact or truth of life, that whatever is happening in any given moment is the opportunity of a lifetime. I've been married for just over a year. This year has been the opportunity of a lifetime. I was divorced a number of years ago. That was the opportunity of a lifetime. The opportunity of a lifetime can be a quiet period in our lives when we are unemployed or retired or ill and forced into a kind of quietness. The opportunity of a lifetime can be a forced engagement with life that calls forth qualities and powers and wisdom from within us that we didn't even know we had. The opportunity of a lifetime, and again, these things can easily sound trite or like platitudes, but it's so rare that we're taught that our opportunity is right now, no matter what right now is. This is true for us individually, and this is true for us culturally. We may be working to end oppression or wake people up to the effects of oppression, but oppression doesn't need to end for us to be happy and to have a good and meaningful and full life. Life just doesn't work like that. As I've said here many times, as I said in the first video, I went to prison and felt a freedom in those confined, rigidly structured places that I had never found in my life. Every moment is the opportunity of a lifetime. Culturally, we can say we have to get more Democrats elected to Congress, or we have to see if we can get Trump a second term, or whatever your belief system is. We have to fight for this, so we preserve this so that we can be okay. It's a human belief that if I'm more okay than I am right now, then things will be okay. That's the rat wheel. That's what the Buddhists call the wheel of samsara. There's always something that I'm reaching for that's beyond where I am. So this is true. I often talk in these videos about my experience of this and just seeing if this applies to our situation as a whole. Do we need our political situation to be any different in order for us to live a full and vibrant life? I don't think so. Doesn't mean we don't work to make the changes that we see are important or that will allow more freedom or more possibility for all of us. But the opportunity can be to stand in the midst of this chaos, to watch it collapsing, to feel the impact, to see the people in our communities who are suffering, to see how all of a sudden, or with increasing rapidity, the structures, the institutions and structures of our culture aren't working that well. And maybe this is the opportunity of a lifetime. We don't need better circumstances. We don't need a better situation. In some spiritual circles, it's talked about how a human life, a human incarnation, is an opportunity for the soul to come forth and to express itself, to overcome challenges, to discover the power and the wisdom and have the experience of interacting with our fellow humans in ways that when we were just comfortable sitting around and watching TV at night, maybe we didn't have to do. So maybe this chaos, whether it's the chaos of an individual life or the chaos of a collapsing culture, maybe this is exactly what is needed. Maybe this is the opportunity of a lifetime for each of us individually and for all of us as a culture. Thank you for watching. See you again soon.